As I mentioned in my previous video, I had 4 basic ideas of what I wanted to do to the airplane when I went in for my restoration. The first was address some of the fabric issues on the wings. There were several bad areas on the wings, and the wings just were going to have to get some fabric work done. Second was repaint the entire aircraft. Third, install shoulder harnesses. And lastly, address some issues with the interior. Here you see several pictures of the wings ready to be placed back on the airplane. I already had some pictures in my other video, so I won't repeat those. But a few words now about the color I chose. What color yellow your Cub is depends upon a lot of factors. There's no set shade of Cub yellow. This polyfiber color chart has some of the more common shades with names like OEM yellow, Cub yellow, Federal yellow, and a few other shades. I chose Lock Haven yellow. I think that's probably the closest to the color my Cub actually was when it was built in 1946. It's got a little bit of an orange tint, and that's the one that I think looks best. Here you see a picture prior to painting of some work being done on the interior. Areas around the baggage compartment and headliner needed new fabric. This also made it easy to put the holes in for the seatbelt brackets. I did make one change in the paint scheme of my airplane. Here you see a picture of my actual airplane when it was on the cover of EAA Vintage magazine back in 1984. Notice the end numbers are enlarged down the side of the fuselage. I decided that I liked the clean look of the fuselage with just the black lightning bolt, which you can see here being taped off. I just like the look of the clean sides without the large end numbers on it. Here's a close-up of the Piper Cub sticker on the rudder, and I wanted you to pay particular close attention to that. When you Google Piper Cub sticker, you'll usually see this one, but this is not the right one. The Cub is too light colored, there's no white border, it says Vero Beach, Florida, not Lock Haven, where my Cub was built. This is a close-up of the sticker that's on my airplane now. You'll notice the Cub is the proper darker shade, there's a white border, and the Cub says the new Cub from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. This is the accurate sticker as it would have looked in 1946. As we went through the restoration process, several changes were made, and these are of course costing additional money. The first big one is I'm changing out the engine to a Continental 85 horsepower. My original 65 horsepower engine was coming up on 1,000 hours and probably 45 years since it had been rebuilt, so it was getting a little long in the tooth. This 85 horsepower you see here, and this is the actual engine going in my airplane, is off my mechanic's Aranca Champ that was damaged in a hangar incident about a year ago. It's only got about 350 hours and also has an electric starter which will hook up to a 12-volt battery we'll put between the front rudder pedals. And here you see another picture of my airplane as it's just about ready for the new engine installation. One advantage of removing the engine is it made it a lot easier for my mechanic to flip the fuselage over to paint it. And as you can see here, both of the ailerons are drooping down, so they obviously have not been rigged yet. It made it a lot easier to do the fabric work on the interior and replace the headliner with the glass out. Once we took the glass out, we realized it was only a couple $100s to get new glass to put back in. My mechanic tells me we're only about 2 or 3 weeks from the airplane being back together and ready to fly. So hopefully my next video will be a completed airplane back in my hangar. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe and keep flying. Thanks for watching.